Hi everybody, it's Abby the Zen Wren, and it's another tropical day in the Great White North. Anyways, I'm convinced this is the last cold day, and as a celebration, I've decided that we should do a love reading, a pick your card love reading. Ooh. And I happen to know a couple of gals, I think there's 4 of them, crazy chicks, are going on a little all-inclusive. And so I thought in homage to them, we'd maybe throw a little tropical fun in the mix. So this is going to be all about romance, good, bad, or indifferent. Now, I haven't been to the beach in a couple of years since I've retired. I've just been a real homebody, so I'm trying to get my pina colada vibe on here. But this is the last cold day. And if you're not single, could be this will apply. This is just talking about your sort of attachment, partner, love energy. And what do you need to know? Maybe you need to clean something up. Maybe you've been a little taking your partner for granted. So don't feel because you're not single. Oh, we're ready to talk. Don't feel because you're not single that this doesn't apply to you. So today, for your viewing pleasure, number 1 is a pineapple. Number 2 is a little fish. Looks like a clownfish. That's about as much as I know. And number 3 is a shell, a clamshell, I think. So if you're looking for something to trigger, those are your options. And oh, there's a nice subtle cut. We're using a little more colorful deck today. It almost feels a little more tropical. The colors are very bright. So just going to move these ahead a little bit while you contemplate. And I'm going to pick out some cards. We're going to do that standard 3-card spread. The what's been driving you, what do you need to know, and where are you right now? All right. Oh, this one's just calling me. Okay, and I just want to, just before we pull that 3rd card, let's just mix it up. Yep, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes a card says, I'm not in the right spot and you're not going to pick me. I'm going to pick you right now. Can you hear the voices? Ooh, this guy got extra card. Can you hear the voices? That's a joke. Before my family sends the guys with the butterfly nets. Joke. All right, so let the contemplating begin. I'll even set that right on top. And I'm just going to take a nice big breath. Oh. I know, you take a nice big breath. Maybe close your eyes. When you open them, what talks to you? Which one? Got it? Eee, let's go. All right, number 1. Here we go. Pineapple, one of my favoriteest things to have mixed with alcohol. And we're talking about love, 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 love. So, number 1's right off the bat. Maybe things have been a little struggly of late. You have the 2 of Wands, and this talks about waiting. You've done everything you can do. I'll bring this up a little closer because these are really pretty cards. This is you. You've done everything you can do. Now you're waiting. My gardener says this: you've planted the seed, and you can't go out and dig it up or it won't grow. So now you're actively waiting, active waiting. So that's what's been driving you. Well, that's the energy that's been pushing you forward. You really feel you've done your part. And now you have to just sit back and let that seed germinate, or let whoever you're working with germinate, come around, those kinds of things. Where are you right now? This is a major card. It's temperance. Again, this is active waiting, and this says cool your heels. The example I like to give is she has a silver cup and a gold cup. Like, so you've got it all. What more is there than a gold cup? And she pours the water back and forth. Could be she has too much water for one cup, so pouring it back and forth, she can easily handle a little more than if she just had one cup. And it also will cool. If you're trying to cool it, right, you pour it back and forth. Temperance. So not only have you been in a period of active waiting, you're consciously cooling your approach. That's where you're now. And what does the universe want you to know? Probably a good idea. This is a struggle and confusion. It's herding cats. Has anyone ever successfully herded some cats? I'm not sure. But just think about it for a minute, because it is funny. Imagine, a little cat cowboy, a cat boy. It's early. Anyways, so this is what you need to know going forward. It isn't going to get any clearer or easier. As a matter of fact, it's just a wee bit of a circle confusion. But I'm going to pull a clarifier. These are my good old standard Rider-Waite. I always think, the old stuff's the best stuff. But sometimes you need a little bling. It's kind of that, these are blingy to me. All right, so how come we're in this holding pattern here? What's going on? Who's the partner? Who's not sure? Is it the man, the woman? If you're in a same-sex relationship, just sort of, you'll know who the personality is. You don't have to assign a gender. Oops. Here we go. Sorry, a little distracted. Still working this out. There it is, right there. Who is it? All right, got it. So what this card talks about is, have I done enough? So that's interesting energy to put on these cards of waiting, confusion, and then have I done enough? So instinctually, what the universe is telling me with these is, I'm thinking, if you're standing there thinking, have I done enough? You've done enough. A partnership, if you have to stop and consider, do I need to be more of a person? Like, more? Do I need to be more to be accepted by this person? Then they're not the person for you. Because you can do that. We can all tap dance and sing and put on our stage face and entertain and be the light of somebody's life. But every now and then life throws you a curveball, and you have to be yourself. And that's when things start to fall apart, because nobody can run around and be perfect. So if you feel, have I done enough? You've done enough. All you have to do is bring yourself. So I think this is a little bit of, it's time for some self-love. And it's well placed, this intuition you have of putting it just in, you're just in neutral. You haven't turned off the engine. You're just idling. And that's okay. That's okay, because if you are feeling, have I done enough? it's not a lifetime relationship then. It's going to be some fun and you know, a little flingy dingy, but the person that you trust the rest of your life to thinks you're enough without you doing a thing. So, oh, wow. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. You don't have to do anymore. You're perfect just how you are. Interesting. Wow. So, number 2, what's happening in your love life? What has been driving you? Wow. This is a pretty big card. Ace of Swords. Action and thoughtful action. Maybe making a plan, maybe making a list, maybe sitting down and thinking seriously about sort of the analytics of a relationship. Interesting. So that's what's been driving you. Where are you? Chariot, big card. Swords, big card. This is big card. This to me is this is the rubber's hitting the road. This is a big fight. This is something you need to master. It's important. Like you're at a crossroads. Either you're gonna or you're not. So that's the energy right now. It's all on the line right now in your mind. And what does the universe need you to know going forward? Page of Cups. Ooh, ooh. This is a messenger, and he offers cups, love. So this is a message of love. The interesting thing with this guy in the Rider-Waite, let me look on here. Yeah, here it's a little golden orb glowing in his cup. But in the Rider-Waite, it's a little tiny fish. And he's the surprise. Either he's the fly in the ointment, or he's the engagement ring at the bottom of a champagne glass. I mean, it can go either way, that little surprise, depending on. But this is a really young, almost like a bud. It hasn't even opened yet. You can't even tell what color the flower is yet. You can see the green little bud. And that's who he is. He's sort of extending this fresh opportunity or message. But you're pretty serious here. This is like you're in full camo gear here. This is almost like you're going to war on this. Great. Let's get a a clarifier on that. It's like all hands on deck. You're gonna figure this out and you're gonna make it work. There it is. Wow. Wow. That changes something. I actually think that's the surprise in the cup. I pulled 2 cards because that one was a jumper. That's professional tarot lingo. Jumper. The things you learn here. So what came out is sneaky dude. Somebody with somebody who's going to get his or her, doesn't matter, a person who's going to get their needs met first. And what else? Justice. 2 things come to mind with this. We know that you're going to have some kind of romantic communication. And it's not I don't think it's a new beginning. I think this is a new fella in your world or a new partner. See, it's just I'm stuck from the woman's perspective, right? So just bear with me. So this is a type. That's how I would describe it. You're going to fall back to your regular standard romantic type. And maybe you like that kind of smart alecky kind of guy. Trouble with them is they got a sharp tongue. And they're kind of glib. But you're serious. You're kind of deadly serious. This really is a fight to the finish, the battle. Either good's going to win or evil's going to win in your mind. Like I said, all the cards are on the table. All the cards are on the table for you. You're all in. And this guy, he's not. He's not. He's still taking stock. As a matter of fact, he's still taking. I know. I wonder if he doesn't have a legal problem. Something to bear in mind. The law will become involved in this. So just stay clear of his mess. I really think that if this is a new energy, just bear that in mind. This guy's not, this energy that's sneaking into your life is not a quality addition to your life. Ooh, how come we haven't had any love or romance? Come on, number threes. Number threes. Bring it home. Okay. Number threes. You got 4 cards came out. Interesting. What's been driving you? 6 of Pentacles. You've been scratching somebody's back and they're supposed to scratch yours. It's you help me, I'll help you. It's sort of like a charity thing. It's not really work. It's a pull together type of feeling. So that's what's been driving you. You are holding up your end of this bargain is what you feel. This hula girl and I are going to have a little, there you go, sweetie, stand there. She's drunk. Uh, and where are you right now? Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, you're doing your part. And now you're sleepless. You're starting to get anxious. Something's bothering you about this. You're not satisfied. So that's that. And here's the second card that came with it that you were. The Magician. He can work magic, but not miracles. And just remember, magic is sort of like makeup. It washes away. And then when what's exposed underneath, maybe that's what the sleeplessness is. The worry is this guy's a little bit of a sleight of hand, or this partner's a little bit of a sleight of hand. Yeah. Maybe it feels magical. And I would say that, except you don't look very magical. What do you got to know going forward? It's a knight. It's the Knight of Swords. Interesting, hey? All these swords. Knight of Swords. This isn't just a warning label on, a plastic bag is not a toy. That's a warning label. This guy's a warning label, but it's like a smoke detector. Not only is the light flashing, but now you hear the noise. Now you hear the beep, 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 beep. So, yeah, I think perhaps you're right. I think perhaps your good old intuition is hummada. So far, everybody's kind of got somebody in the hopper here. I'm not getting too much people meeting so much as sorting out the beginnings of relationships. Is that interesting? So the universe is assuming the energy is there for everybody. Wow. It's actually quite a bit different than I thought it was going to be. So let's pull these clarifier here. Look at that. So not only have you got the Nine of Swords, look, she's in bed and the swords are hanging over her head. Then I ask for a clarifier, And what do I get? I get the guy laying in bed with the swords hanging over his head. So that is the right. You're taking the right posture, which is um, let the spool unwind a little bit. You pull back, you retreat, um, and it's not a negative thing. There's nothing worse than buyer's remorse. So why not in the early stages? Sort of pull all the underbrush away, all your expectations, all his expectations, all the other person's expectations. It's sort of like when you're gardening. I'm a gardener. Um, and there's a little tiny sprout that somehow managed to make it. There's still snow on the ground, and there's a little tiny sprout. So what you have to do is clear away sort of all that dead stuff and let the sun and the heat get at it. And then you just leave it alone. And that's what I think this is. I think you need to just you've done all you can do now. You just have to be yourself. That's all you can be. And relax. Own your space. Own yourself. You're more than enough. So let the other person figure that out. Don't jam it down their throat. Let them come to understand how wonderful you are. Because it's like things you earn, right? They're always so much sweeter. So, sounds like everybody's in a pretty solid space. I have to say, there was no um, tower and crashing and sadness. It was a lot of, I think it's the new generations too, of people who understand that, being the Kim Kardashian or whatever, you can only do that. You can only tap dance so long, and then you have to take them shoes off. And then your fans are so disappointed when they discover you are just like them. So it's better for them to know you as you are and love you for who you are than who you think you are. Be true to yourself, kids, and have a nice day. Hopefully the next time we do this, it's outside because spring's coming.